it seems like just from, being here for the short period of time that I have, like this is a well-run oiled machine here. How much do you credit like, systems and operations for yours, or is it more so comes down to the culture of the company and the values that you drive?
So very good question you asked. So for me, like if you walked and you saw TV monitors everywhere with data, and everything here is ran on systems, right? But that doesn't come first. To me, the first thing comes when you get clear on what you want to build, who you want to be. And once that part gets clear, then the next part is on how you tell the story and how you sell the story to everybody, right? Like the moment I found out what kind of a girl I wanted to date, to have as a wife, I told everybody.
Right.
It's like, okay, boom, 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 boom. I read this book, 101 Questions to Ask Before You Get Engaged. That's what I'm looking for. I said, hey, man, how you doing? Let me tell you, man, I'm looking for a girl like this. I'm looking for a girl. I'm telling everybody because that's the story. Then you're like, I got somebody like that you got to talk to. I got somebody like that you got to talk to. So the moment I got clear on the vision, then next was, I'm telling everybody, here's how we're going to be. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have 500,000 licensed agents. You're out of your mind. We're going to have 500,000 licensed agents. We're going to be all across the country. We're going to target the, middle-income family, Latino community. Then we're going to go out there and do millennials, and our majority of our agents are going to be women, et cetera, et cetera. Guys, first of all, insurance agents are 57-year-old white male. The industries barely has 400,000 agents. You want to have 500,000 yourself? Yes. How are you going to do it? I said, we have 66 agents today. And then, I'm casting this visions. And most people are, Pat, you're out of your mind. There's no way in the world it's going to become a reality. And they're right, but they don't know what I'm thinking about.
Right.
They're right if I don't do anything about it. The only time they become wrong is if I do what I said I was going to do. So until I do that, guess who's right? All the critics are right.
Right.
So it's not like they're being wrong. They may be right. Most of the time, critics are going to be right. So I came back and I said, great, then let's get to work. So then we created the culture with the vision. Then it attracted people who are turned on by the culture and the vision. So they came in, you'd hire somebody. I hired this one guy with the most incredible resume. I thought this guy was going to be my best guy to put as a COO, eventually CEO. This was in 2011. Loved the guy to death. We're friends till today. Terrible candidate for our company. He would always ask me, when am I going to get an Amex expense card at the company I'm at? They give me a $3,000 a month budget. I'm like, buddy, we're a startup. I can't afford to give you that.
Right.
Well, at this last company we did this, I said, listen, one day I just had a conversation with him. I said, look, I don't think this is a fit. I think you got to go either do something else for yourself or find a company that's going to give you that expense card. I can't give you in 2010, 2011. We moved on. But then I started speaking. And then one of the biggest executives at Pac Life, who's been there for 22 years, I kept telling this vision to her, and she's like, I like what you're talking about. She came and became my COO 2 years ago. I'm telling this story to another guy who had sold the company for $680 million. And all the companies combined, he sold over $1 billion. And I'm telling Tom, here's where we're going. Then Tom says, I want to come and be your president because I'm selling the vision and the culture, and then they're gravitating. So vision, culture first. Then after culture, to retain and get results is systems. Mm-hmm. And the systems part is very boring because nothing about systems is exciting.
Right.
Nothing about systems is sexy. Nobody sits there and says, oh my gosh, look at what you got. But then systems is unpacking and looking at everything as a listicle. Everything needs a list. You came in here. First, when you walk in, we found the spot. Okay, then you start putting the tripods up. Then you pivot. Then this goes up. Then you mic. Then you check audio. Then you're looking at the screens. You're putting the camera. That's got to be a 13-step process. So if in case he's no longer here, you give that 13-step process to somebody else and say, when we go there, here's your 13 steps, like changing a tire for a NASCAR race. Like when you do that, then you don't go to sleep at night worrying about losing anybody.
Yeah.
Because your business is ran based on systems. Now you need the right leaders to drive your systems to get the results they want. So yes, it starts with culture, vision, then systems helps you sustain and grow it.
I love that. So one thing that I really got from what you just said is you really took the time to articulate that vision and speak it and stuff. And I feel like that's where I'm not doing the best job that I could be doing. My whole thought process was like, man, I don't want to talk about the shit that I'm going to do. I'd rather just do it or whatever. But your company, though, needs to know that. They need to know that vision. You need to be able to articulate that. So I appreciate you sharing that. I'm going to start putting that out there more.
I call that future truth.
Yeah.
So it's just purely future truth. A visionary is always selling the future truth.
Yeah.
The current lie, the future truth. So whatever you say today is a lie to most people. But you have to sell future truth because you don't sell future truth, I'm not going to be with you 5, 10 years from now. Guys, if you guys listen to what I'm going to be saying, we're going to win a championship together one day, Mike Ditka. You know, if you guys buy into the system here, we're going to build a dynasty, Tom Brady, you got Bill Belichick. Hey, if you guys buy into the system, we're going to build the greatest company of all time, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, Apple. If you guys buy into the system, we're going to put all the bookstores and all these guys out of business, Jeff Bezos. It's the future truth constantly.